Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another first impressions video. At last. Yes, a first impressions video. It's been a while, but I've decided to embark on the Etat Libre d'Orange sample set first impressions series. You may have seen another first impressions series like this somewhere else on YouTube. I promise you, honestly, this was not planned. I bought this sample set a while ago and just haven't got round to doing it. In the interim period, Ashton of Gent Sense fame has started doing exactly the same thing. So isn't that funny? Anyhow, it's a good idea, and so we are going to do it. I hope you are enjoying the new background. I've had to feng shui the camera angle a little bit because I don't know, my tripod wasn't feeling it, and was, ever since I'd moved everything round, everything was discombobulated and nothing was real, and up was down, left was right, north was green, you know what I mean? So I've had to do bits, as the youth say. Anyhow, I bought this sample set, and you can get it for a decent little price, actually. About 40 quid for 20 samples. And they all come in this big box. This big box. You can see how big it is because it's really close to the camera. And inside said big box, you get 20 different samples. They're all in like little... Probably best if I show you, to be honest, won't I? Don't fall out. Look, they're all like that in there. And I've chose the 4 off the top. And we will do those first. And then we will do 4 more. And then 4 more. And then 4 more. And then 4 more. And we'll get through all 20. I think that was only 16, but there we are. Anyway, I have spent a little time with a few of these so far. So I know a little bit about them and how they perform and stuff like that. It's not going to be like an in-depth kind of thing. It's going to be the usual sort of first impressions, video where I give like a first impression, basically, you know. But first, we will choose this fragrance, and it is called Hermann A Mes Cotes. Me parecía un hombre. I am so sorry to the French. I really don't mean anything by it. I am simply terrible. It's not well pronounced, let's be honest. We'll just call it Hermann. So, Hermann, what are your notes? I've got the little booklet here, but it's not very specific. Although I do have Fragrantica, who claims that this perfume was made by Quentin Biche. This Biche. And the notes, according to Fragrantica again, are geosmin, pepperwood or Hercule Club, rose, ambroxan, patchouli, petalia, and island musk. Island musk? Island as in an island, not Ireland, where Jura Rose lurks. Anyway, let's go. Hermann, what's happening? Fragrantica are claiming that the main accord is rosy. Yeah, so I'll get that. Very ozonic and aquatic, though, for me, at the top. Very fresh. This is definitely a summery sort of vibe at the top. Very fresh, very clean, very aquatic, salty. I'm getting that kind of ambroxan thing, but without the metallicity, like without it being metallic, you know? I'll read you the little blurb. So it says, Hermann A Mes Cotes. Call it by its name, or more simply by Hermann, thank God. Either way, those who compliment you are going to need to know which fragrance you're wearing. A cool, sheer, and woody blend that is alluringly mysterious and unlike any other. I'm not sure that it's unlike any other fragrance. I think it is like other fragrances. It's more of a patchwork of other fragrances. It's very, very salty, ozonic, aquatic. A little bit of wood that spent time in the sea. Absorbed a lot of that sort of salt kind of vibe. It's definitely there. You know? I'm not getting much rose from it though. That's unusual. Let's have another smell, shall we? I'm starting to now. That rose is starting to come through now. And something a bit floral too. Woody, rosy, floral, salty. I think this would be quite good for someone who's a bit younger and more active, you know? I mean, to be fair, you don't have to be younger to be more active than I am, but you know what I mean. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. This is quite nice. It feels very ozonic. Very aquatic, but in a seascape, you know? Salty, extremely salty. Salty, woody, little bit of floral. I don't understand it might be more so in the dry down. But not at the top. Is it very rosy at all? It's not rosy at all at the top, you know? Next, we will have You or Someone Like You. This is quite a famous fragrance. I have heard of this before. And I love the naming conventions of these fragrances. They are quite unusual, you know? This is supposed to be green and spicy. The perfumer is called Caroline Sabas, and the blurb reads, "The brainchild of Chandler Burr." Isn't he a character in Friends? Discerning New York Times perfume critic and author of namesake novel You or Someone Like You, is dedicated to the main character of Burr's novel, Anne. New to Los Angeles, Anne dreams of the possibility that lingers in the crisp blue air. The fresh and uplifting aroma beckons aspiring transplants like Anne, like you or someone like you. Anne's a transplant. How strange. Oh, that's floral. I can already smell that straight away. It is very green, that. So the top notes are mint, grapefruit, bergamot, and anise. Middle notes are green notes, cassis, rose, and hedione. The base note is white musk. Straight away get that mint, and it's not a toothpastey mint at all. It's a green mint. Toothpaste is coming through a little bit now. That's very, very green. So I'm getting the cassis a little bit. This kind of dark, almost berry green kind of vibe going on, you know? This is lovely. I will have to try this. I'm a sucker for mint. I do love a good mint. And there aren't many good mints. There are a lot of mint. Mint is very easy to do badly. But this is gorgeous. Fresh, new. I get a touch of the grapefruit, but not enough to ruin it. As you know, I hate grapefruit. This is really, really nice. It's very full for a mint fragrance. Sometimes mint fragrances can leave you feeling a little bit hollow because they're all, I'm not going to say that, they're all top and no base. You know? There's nothing underneath. There's nothing thick and rich. That can be rich, but also thin. You know? They don't go very far. This has got some kind of like spine to it, and I do think that it's the cassis and maybe it's even the rose as well. I'm getting a bit of rose, but it's not like a sweet jammy sort of rose. It's more like rose stem than petal. This is beautiful. I would love the house to smell like this. If I could get a candle. This is the smell of spring, and we've literally just gone into autumn, and today it is absolutely foul outside. It's been pouring down for days. If I tried this again in the spring, right, or the beginning of summer when everything was flush and coming through, you know? Oh, this is really good. I can understand why this gets a lot of talk. That is really, really nice at the top. Okay, we'll move on. We will recap them at the end of the video, don't worry. Next, I'm trying to find the little blurb in the booklet. There it is. Because I actually own this next fragrance. So this isn't a first impression whatsoever. This was made by your friend and mine, Antoine Lee. Most of all, Eugene's friend, though, because he made his perfume for him. All three of them. He's made some wonderful stuff. I've got a lot of Antoine Lee stuff here. The Les Indomptables stuff. Rien. Trying to think now if I've got anything else by him. But I do have this thing where I think that Antoine Lee is probably the best active perfumer today. It certainly doesn't hurt the fact that the standard of the ingredients that he uses. But we will take this. I know a lot about this. I could review this fragrance this year. I didn't realize this was released in 2006. When you think about what was coming out in 2006, this is very off the wall. This is very different. I've just done 3 sprays of Rien. What the hell was I thinking? This is smoke, leather, medicine, bandages. It is animalic but crisp at the same time, and I think they're words that are used in this blurb about it. I'll read it now. Translating to nothing, Rien is a cheeky name for a potent blend of powerful violet, crisp aldehydes, and animalic leather with an addictive musky vanilla dry down when nothing is everything. This is very smoky, very leathery, very animalic. It's a bit different to the bottle that I've got, which is more incensey. I think that's what gives this its smoky kind of quality. It is absolutely nuclear. It's one of the longest lasting and hardest projecting fragrances that there is. It's very niche, and it's very good. It's very good how it manages to hold itself together in the face of all this madness that's going on inside of it. The fact that it hasn't fallen apart is quite remarkable, actually. Let's read the notes. What do they claim? Leather, incense, aldehyde, styrax, patchouli, oak moss, amber, labdanum, iris, cumin. I was going to say cucumber, cumin, black pepper, and rose. I actually get a bit of the black pepper. The main ones, aldehydes, incense, leather, and some of the black pepper as well adds into that sort of the black pepper and the incense combine to give this mad kind of dry, smoky black. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I have to tell you how necessary that was, because this is like, I feel like it's like stripped the outer layer of my tongue off. If you are looking for something completely different in perfume, if you are sick of blue, if you are sick of sweet, this is like anti-perfume, while still being a perfume. It's the exception that proves the rule. It really is a very good fragrance, but you can't just walk in. Like, there are some people who will smell this first time and love it. I would say, though, that 90% to 99% of people would hate it first time they smelled it. I remember Christo, I think it was, describing this as a bunch of used bandages that had been soaked in ointment being dumped on top of a fire, a raging fire. And that was what sold me. I was like, that sounds insane. And so I got a sample of it, and I was like, this is insane. And then somebody, a lad called Alexander, who doesn't comment anymore that I've seen anyway, he got in touch with us and he was like, yeah, I'm trying to sell my bottle. I was like, sold. So I bought it off him. Hello, Drac, if you're still out there. But yeah, I really like it. Maybe a review of that coming this year. Maybe in the winter, because it's a winter perfume. It's one of those ones it really is a winter perfume. It's very much like, it's not earthy, but it's so dense, it's so rich, it's so thick. Anyhow, last but not least for today's video is a fragrance called Eau de Protection. Now, I don't know anything about this, but I have heard of it before. The blurb says, a perfume of protection, a refuge on the battlefield of love, a breathtaking rose protected by its thorny stem, is met by a sharp, cold, and metallic prick of blood with pepper and geranium, and prevailed by strikingly dark patchouli. So it's a rose patch. Interesting. Where are you? I'm trying to find it. Rosé de Palma, apparently, is part of its other name. Let's have a look then. Rose patchouli, are we? We'll see. Oh, this is much more traditional. It's a perfume for women, apparently. This is much less out there than the rest of their stuff straight away. You do get the rose. It's a nice rose, but it's more feminine leaning. Fragrance was created by Antoine Lee and Antoine Massondieu. The notes are ginger, pepper and bergamot, Bulgarian rose, geranium and jasmine, patchouli, incense, benzoin and cacao. And this is gorgeous. It really is. It really, really is gorgeous. So this is a very rosy fragrance. I think they said it was Bulgarian rose and geranium, and you can get the geranium too. I'm getting a bit of the patchouli, none of the cacao though, which is a shame. Ginger, yes, ginger offers that kind of fizz, you know. It's very nice. I like that one as well. Apparently that's for women, but I could wear that. That smells a lot like this fragrance, which is Lumiere Noir by Francis Curdejean. It's got that kind of rosy... Why? Just why? Stop picking things up by the lid. Yeah. It's very rosy. Let's smell this again. I don't know whether it's the geranium that's helping to push that rosy aspect, but it's very nice. Eau de Protection is very nice. So just to recap quickly, before this video goes on forever. Hermann is an ozonic, aquatic, fresh, salty fragrance. And it's nice. You or someone like you, green floral, giving hay fever vibes, you know. It's given big floral walking in a meadow kind of vibes, you know, in the middle of spring or summer when everything's blooming and all the pollen's in the air and everything like that. A little bit of hay in there as well, I think. Rien, do I need to smell that again? I don't need to, but I will. It's so outrageous. Smoke, medicine, ointment, disinfectant, incense, leather, bandages. It's crazy, but it's really good. And Eau de Protection is something completely different from Rien. It's a sweet rose, some patchouli, and some softness. Very nice. Would I be coming back to sniff any of these again? Well, I own Rien, so yes, but to be honest, probably not. Probably not. None of those has grabbed me. There's none of those I think that I would need in the collection, you know, not on first impressions anyway. So this has been a lengthy video. I was going to try and keep it down a bit, but I haven't managed it. So sorry about that. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. There will be more Etat Libre d'Orange first impressions coming your way soon. I hope you have enjoyed it. I will see you again soon. Bye.